What's up, everybody? Welcome.
I just got what you were talking about. Can't lose what you never had, I guess.
Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 194. Sorry the intro got ruined because Liam was sitting there, finally caught a joke that I said. And he's like, wait, I finally understood.
There was a much revived opening right there. You got your mojo back, your gusto, if you will.
Tuck Rule Takes 194. Gang's all here. I'm Mike. That was Liam. Al's here as well, finishing up some pasta. A little bit of a late recording tonight. Not that you'd know, listener, since you're listening not right now. So you're listening probably middle of the day on your drive to work, at lunch, instead of working. You're listening to this, whatever you're doing. But this is Tuck Rule Takes. Gang is all here. A lot of football to talk about, a lot of Patriots football, which is pretty much going to be the norm moving forward, which I'm pumped that we can finally say that. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love all the different topics, different things we would speak about, but there's nothing like talking about actual football. So, very excited about that. But before we talk about actual football, we have fake football to talk about. Fantasy football. I know. I feel like everybody always says no one wants to hear you talk about your fantasy football thing, but yet everybody wants to hear about everybody's fantasy football league, fantasy football draft. So if you don't like it, skip forward. I'll put the little thing in there. You can go right to the Patriots talk. But Al, you have a league, and I finally got into the league this year. I was in line. The line was long, but I got in.
Waitlist.
Yeah. I got waitlisted, which is like Mike.
But credit to you, you were the first one on the wait list. So if anybody dropped out, you were the first one that I called.
Hell yeah, I was, and I got in there.
So we had you up on the wait list. Oh, it's the wait list, but you're at the top of it.
Yeah, don't worry, you're just the first loser. It's fine. But we did when was the draft? Last weekend, right?
Last Monday. It was last Monday.
Last Monday we did it. Sorry, the fucking days. All the days and weeks are
exactly
all
a week ago
into one.
Yep, exactly a week ago.
Oh shit, it was
about a week ago.
About a week ago.
So we did them. I don't know. Do you want to just run through our teams real quick, or what do you want to do, Al?
We can do that. What I can also do is give the rankings that ESPN has at the start of the season. I know it doesn't mean much, but it's just like they usually are. But it's still fun to look at. That's the whole thing. Yeah, if you guys want to do that, so you want to do that first, and then we can run through the teams. Okay. So according to ESPN, and for all of you that play fantasy football on ESPN, you know that they do this every year. You draft, they give the rankings of where you think your team is after the draft. So here are the rankings going into the regular season. And a lot of these names you're not going to know, but if you don't know them, just pretend that you have a vision in your head of them and root for me, Liam, and Mike to lose. So there you go. Wally Dog, a.k.a. Wally Jeha, who a lot of you probably saw on the Couch Guy Twitch a long time ago. He was given the number 1 seed. I was given the number 2 seed, which I think is very, very accurate. Alex Brown has the 3 seed. Colin Holt, the 4 seed. Kyle Doolin, the 5. Liam McDade at 6.
Fake news. It's absolutely unbelievable that I'm saying.
Diego Galvis at 7. Tom Powder Cadmus at 8. Mike Sullivan at 9. And Matty Burnett at 10. So you're
Matty Burnett is the only one that's actually fitting from this list.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. For since I'm last on the thing, I need to read my team. And you tell me if this is a 9th place team. Like, let's just dive into this. First and foremost, Justin Herbert, captain of my team, quarterback from the Chargers, as you all know. I got Montgomery from the Lions, running back. I know him and Gibbs. They split the carries, but they're
coming off an ACL there.
And by the way, Mike had just disclaimer. Mike had the 2nd overall pick. Just to be clear, folks. Just to throw that out there.
And with the 2nd overall pick, I took Jamar Chase. Bijan Robinson was the first guy taken in our draft. So I got Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, Lad McConkey, nice little wide receiver quarterback stack there. Sam Laporta, Stephon Diggs, of course, I had to get a Patriots player.
Had to.
Garrett Wilson, Lions defense, and Dicker, the kicker. That's just my team. I'm not going to go into bench. I think that alone right there, that's not a 9th place team. Lad McConkey. Oh, this is PPR, by the way. Vlad
Yeah.
McConkey and Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, like we were saying before the show, Al, the Colts can't throw the ball. It's going to be the Jonathan Taylor show.
Yeah.
Like I don't
I
know
agree.
that Garrett
Jonathan Taylor's a
Wilson.
good pick. The Chargers left tackle is probably out for the year, so that kind of hurts their
Joe
offense.
Alt's out for the year?
No, Rashawn Slater.
Oh, okay.
Joe Alt is the right tackle.
Is he? Okay, I
Yeah,
thought he
they
was
moved
left
him.
for some reason. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, but
Continue.
either way, I mean that's not a ninth. That's not a ninth, right?
No, do you want to know what it is? And Liam, you can tell me if you disagree with this. Your running backs are suspect. The
Very
reason
weak.
being, it's because Taylor's health and Montgomery's usage in a new offense that doesn't have Ben Johnson. I think that's your big thing. Your receivers are good. Like Chase is really good. McConkey's good. And obviously you got Herbert with the extra points and stuff like that. Laporta, same thing. It's going to be how much usage does he have in the Lions offense? And the Lions defense and special teams is kind of suspect, not going to lie. But I mean, I don't know.
Ricky
What do you,
Pearsall from the Niners too. I might end up starting him.
Coming off a gunshot wound. Yeah, that'll be effective.
Yeah, comeback player of the year on my team. On my team. But
yeah, we'll see.
I'm just saying.
Let me give you guys the juice here. This is apparently the 6th best team in the league. I call horseshit because mine's.
No, wait a minute. What do you think of Mike's team? What do you think of Mike's?
Like it's okay. I definitely bolstered his running back room by giving him Ramondre, but and I greatly appreciate the return for that as well. It's going to pay dividends for me, an upward trajecting stock. Quite excited about that one, but we'll get to that in a bit. Overall, I would say it's definitely better than 9th. Without even looking at Diego's team, I'm sure your team is better than his.
Without even looking at him. I'm playing him week 1, so we'll find out.
Good, dude. Please, he has to go winless. Please.
Don't worry. We got a good game plan going. I think we've had some good practices. We're ready to go.
Fun fact: Diego Galvis, current champion of the league, by the way.
Trash. Just because I
bought it because he bought his way to a championship. That was the most horseshit thing I've ever seen in my life. The most preposterous trades down the stretch that no commissioner would allow.
I was not commissioner last year, so I have nothing to say about it.
Which is a very fitting overrun. It was very much we stormed the Bastille and decapitated Charlie and anointed his brother into leadership, and now we're going forward with fair thing, and we hung Charlie's dead body out in the town square on a stake, and that's the standard that we have to set because that was egregious.
For anybody that missed that, for anybody that doesn't get the context behind it, Charlie's my brother. Love him. Was the commissioner last year. A lot of shenanigans happened.
He's too kind. He's much like Al. Too much compassion, not enough, whatever the opposite of compassion is.
Iron fist.
Yeah. Just come. It's just there's not enough of it.
Uncompassion.
All right, Liam. Let's hear your 6th best team.
In 6th best, you guys will see the flaws of these rankings right here. Headlining the team, the star, Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts.
Traded for him. Excuse me.
Yeah, because you were clearly just punking me, and so was Maddie. Both of you guys' goals were to make Mike and Liam mad by stealing all our picks. Oh, my God.
Oh, no, I took one pick because he was the best quarterback on the board. Oh, no.
Because he's the best quarterback in the league. There's a difference.
Maddie ended up taking all Patriots. Maddie did what you guys said.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about that in a second. All right. But anyways.
First running back, fantasy star, all-time stud, Alvin Kamara. Fucking ring the door, the bull nose right there. I dig it. Backup running back, stud for me in all my leagues last year. The better player that got shot, Brian Robinson. Huge fan. Think he's a baller. Love that offense. Xavier Worthy, even though I hate him, he did smoke the Eagles' second strings in the Super Bowl. He's definitely got something to offer, not against the starters of the Eagles, but against the backups. And I like to think the Chiefs are going to be fucking okay again, like they always are. And then I got Devontae Adams. And me and Al had a very riveting conversation about this because I gave up Puka Nacua, and me and Al are both in a similar situation here with Matt Stafford hurt. And later that night, I was drifting off to bed, and I was worried. I was up for an extra 2 hours when I shouldn't have been, worried about Matt Stafford's health. And finally, something occurred to me, and I drifted off into a peaceful sleep, and I haven't thought of it since. In a worst case scenario where Matt Stafford's out for the season, we're okay, Mike, because they have Stetson Bennett. and he is crushing it. So I feel good. My first round pick, Brock Bowers, layup. I've taken him in every league so far. I'm going to keep taking him. Me and him have the same hairline, the one that's falling back like the troops on Normandy. I love him. And then my flex, Roma Dunze. I think huge upward trajectory with this stock as well, and a Ben Johnson offense. I can smell the end zone. Oh, my flex. I traded for this guy with Mike giving up Ramondre Stevenson, and I got future rookie of the year, Matthew Golden. I think this guy's a stud. I kind of dangled him in front of Al to see if I can get a king's ransom. Al didn't fall for it, and that's fine. We will come back mid-season, see if I can do some dangling, and Al will swipe at it like his cat. But till then, we will remain. My defense, Seahawks defense. I love their defensive coordinator. Their blitzes are absurd. They had a stud defensive lineman have a pick six off Aaron Rodgers last year. I'm sold. And then future best kicker in the league from the most prestigious university in all the land, Andreas Borregales.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I dig that one.
Automatic.
Pretty good.
I think I don't know, man. I think you're relying a lot on. I think Matthew Golden is a big one. That's why I was willing to part ways with him because I was like, it's boom or bust.
Yeah,
he's either gonna show up, show out, all that stuff, and also Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, dude, he's a fantasy monster.
But
this is PBR. He gets like 6 catches a game.
But also, where's Brian Robinson going to end up? Because the Commanders are actively trading him.
They're trying to trade him. Whatever team he goes to, he's going to be a starter. The dude's a monster. He's like 25.
Don't be surprised if he ends up on the Texans. That's where I think.
That'd be even better. Joe Mixon had a career year. That'd be sick. They play many men as he comes out of the tunnel after being shot a bunch of times down in Houston.
It's badass. I wish I could do that. I would want to get shot just for that.
Dude, 100%.
Everywhere I go.
If you can guarantee that it won't kill me, dude, I would take a bullet so I could come out the tunnel listening to Many Men. Like, that would just be the coolest thing in the world. But yeah, now that I've traded away all my running backs, I realize there might be a slight flaw in my running backs, but I have J.K. Dobbins, who's a starter coming off the bench, and I think Braylon Allen's actually going to get a lot of time, and I have him coming off the bench too. So.
Yeah, I think that's a really solid. I think you are placed perfectly right at 6.
Yeah, I'm betting on a ton of rookies, so there's a ton of risk. Like
I understand.
Golden,
yeah, I get
Ibuka. Like I'm throwing my faith in the rookies, but if they fail, then I know absolutely nothing about football because I have complete faith in these guys.
I think you're a good 6 with some really positive upside.
Yeah,
some really like high potential for it.
Number one,
good team.
Upside. Yeah,
good team. Al, what do you got?
All right, so my team originally I drafted Jalen Hurts. Liam said he would pester me until he got him, but little did he know it was all a ploy to get him to give me one of his first 2-round picks. And so, here's my team. Jaden Daniels at quarterback, running backs are James Conner and Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, McCaffrey is a big health risk, and we understand that. A.J. Brown, Puka Nacua are my receivers. Mark Andrews is my tight end. Jackson Smith and Jigba is my flex. Jalen Waddle is my other flex. Broncos defense and special teams. Evan McPherson is my kicker. And on the bench, who I will have probably help me, who could potentially win me a championship, Joe Mixon.
Oh, I wanted Joe Mixon. I wanted him. Al was trying to trade with me to get me Joe Mixon. I wanted, but he wanted Jonathan Taylor at one point. I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, dude. What are you talking
like, I can't.
about?
And then at one point he wanted Golden before I gave him to you. But
Joe Mixon's coming off a serious injury too. Like I think he's going to be good. I don't know if he's really worth giving up a whole lot for. Like I know Al seems to think he's going to come in late in the season and save his season when he's absolutely tanking. I don't think that's going to be the case. Especially like I think Nick Chubb still has some in the tank too. Like, call me crazy, but like Nick Chubb's a monster. He's coming off a more serious injury, but he's a freak of nature. Like I've never looked at Joe Mixon and went, wow, that guy's a shithouse. Like no.
But Nick Chubb
is a horrifying human being. But I think Al's team is fine. I think it's but now that Al's gone, we can kind of address the elephant in the room. There's definitely some funny business going on because now he's running the league and all of a sudden he's ranked second on these fucking things. I don't know what ESPN's pulling, but Al is in on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was, I'm only speaking from someone who just got here. All I'm saying is looking around,
Yeah.
things look a little sketchy.
They
They
do.
look a little like
He
there's
has
some
Mark
backroom
Andrews in his
deals.
lineup who's about to lose his job to a second string guy who's a monster from Everett. But like, I'm not really sold on
Number
Mark
two,
Andrews.
number
Yeah.
two.
Come
Hmm,
on.
I don't know. I
Little
don't even know who
suspect.
got like Jaden Daniels maybe, but also it's like is he going to keep
Yeah.
it going? Like
I
I
traded
don't
him
know.
because I was like, I think Jaden Daniels is going to get hurt. Like, I'm not
Hmm.
a Jaden Daniels believer this season. Like, he got lucky. He just avoided a ton of tackles last year and
Yeah.
avoided getting crucified, but takes one good hit.
He's not built to get
No,
hit that hard. No, he's not like your Josh
100%.
Allen or even your Drake May. Like, no.
Yeah. Everyone had these concerns last season, and then he makes it to the NFC Championship game, and all these thoughts are out the window.
Mhm.
But they're not.
No, they're still there. It's just like
Yeah.
winning cures everything. Winning also
Yeah.
makes you forget everything. Like Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels,
Makes you
there's still a
blind.
lot to worry about. Yeah.
Yeah.
What we should do, what's your fantasy football name?
I probably can't say that on the air.
Hold on, what is yours? Mine is Woodhead Lover. So
Yes, that's a
I
great
mean,
one.
pretty soon. If you heard my story about my Danny Woodhead
Yeah.
blowjob joke story, yeah, you can't really say it, but it has to do with Cole
Yeah.
Kmet. It has to do with
Yeah.
Cole
It's there's a
Kmet.
lot of things I will say on the air.
Yeah,
This
yeah, it
one,
has to do with Cole Kmet.
yeah.
Think of Kmet, commit, and
Yeah.
then take it there.
Then yes.
Um,
Yeah.
that's a good name, though. That's a fucking good name.
I thought it was hilarious.
These
I
are
was
these
like,
are two of the
okay.
best names. Yeah, because then you got
Yeah.
other names. But like
Some of them are pretty lame. Like
Thomas. Yeah.
you could tell friggin'
Cooks.
that a lot of Al's friends are in here.
What is
Uh
Diego? The Necromancers. So Diego just went and tried to pick like a cool name.
is that like the Necromancers from
Yeah, from
uh what is the space game?
Vin. Fuck.
Space video game. Shit.
Shit. I think that's what it is. I don't know. Still, no great team,
Yeah.
no great team
And
names. I don't know. We'll see though. Do you play Al the first week? Is that what's
yeah.
okay? So you
So
play
it's
Al,
gonna
I
be
play
juicy.
Diego.
And Al's name, let's call it what it is. Super lame. Complete the mission. He's had that every year that I've played fantasy with him. He's never once
He's
completed
never
the mission.
completed the mission.
No. No. Like I guess it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like if there was a football team, like instead of the Commanders, it was the Washington Winners. Like last year, then I guess technically it would have been a fitting name. But for the last 20 years, it would have been the worst fucking name possible.
The Washington Winners. Like one of these
Yeah.
years, we'll
Yeah,
we'll live
one
up
of
to
these
our name.
years. Yeah. And then hopefully when that happens for Al, which definitely won't be this season, he'll change that fucking name to something that's cool.
Completed the mission. Done with the mission.
Yeah, completed the mission. Yeah. Mission over. It's like the Thanos meme where he sits over a peaceful galaxy.
Hmm. Yep, and he just wins. Um,
Yeah.
all right, that's fantasy football though. So Al, if you're watching, it's only me and Liam right now. Al had to step away for a little bit. He might come back, he might not. I don't know. But either way, we have Patriots football to talk about. Patriots Vikings played. I guess if you want to talk about scores, no one cares. Patriots won 20-12. Means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Drake Maye 4 7 for 46 yards. He played what, two drives, I think,
Yeah.
2 or 3 drives. Dobbs was in a little bit, 11 to 16, 106 and a touchdown. Trevion Henderson played a little bit. Jermichael Hasty played a lot. Efton Chism is the
Return of J.
guy.
Michael Hasty, we're all fucking psyched about.
Yeah, listen, Jamaica, I'm 11 for 47. I liked him when he was on the team last year, but again, there
Yeah.
weren't really many things to like about that team. So it was kind
Yeah.
of, he's like
He was fine.
yeah. But listen, I think there's a lot we could talk about. I think there's two ways we can start here. I kind of want to start more so on the positive. Efton Chism, he's he has locked up his roster spot, right?
This is the most lock for a roster spot I've seen since Victor Cruz. Like, this is such a guaranteed roster spot in a loaded room. Or
Mhm.
I guess Ramondre Stevenson could be one too, but he was I think he was a fourth round draft pick, so it was kind of expected he was going to make the team at least for a year. So
Mhm.
yeah, I would say since Victor Cruz, like this is the first, like, oh my God, he's fucking killing them every game.
Yeah, I mean, he had 71 yards and a touchdown in the two Patriots preseason games. He got 12 catches, a buck 21 and two touchdowns. And like it's not just like, boring plays. Like he's doing all the I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. All the white receiver plays that Patriots
Yeah.
fans are used to, whether it was Welker, Edelman, Amendola, like just kind of playing in a phone booth. He's quick. He's a little bigger, like muscle wise, I think maybe than Amendola. Or maybe he's the same,
Yeah,
but
it's
he is still
definitely
short.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's a little more built. But yeah, I think he's got to make it. I know he's out with an injury. I think it was like a knee injury they were looking at. So he was out of practice today. But I know probably like 3 weeks ago, I feel like Chisholm was kind of the guy in practice where it's like, oh, he's making some nice plays, but he's just not gonna translate. He's going against whatever defense. He's not gonna make it on the team. Now I can't see this team without Efton Chisholm. Like
Yeah.
he has to make it.
I understand the criticism because he is mostly going against backups and whatnot. But it's like the Ramondre Stevenson, and now I'll use that comparison. Like Ramondre killed the backups. Like he had like
Mhm.
4 or 6 touchdowns in his preseason, and you're like, okay, like if he's smoking the backups like this, he's probably going to be pretty effective against the starters. And that's what I see with Efton Chisholm. Like that wide open crossing route over the middle. He was schemed
Oh,
open, but like it was awesome. And he goes up
hmm
and makes not the greatest catch in the world or not the greatest pass in the world, but he goes up and gets it,
hmm
runs with it after contact, shakes a tackle. It's it really does seem like the draft analysis on him, I remember it said, will never go down with the first tackle. And in this game, he did go down on the first tackle, only on one play. But every other play that I've seen of him, he's always making at least one guy miss. And
hmm
you're absolutely right. It's such a used up point by now, but like the Edelman, the Amendola, the Welker comparisons, like Josh McDaniels has to just be foaming at the mouth right now, being like, all right, let's see what we can do with this one.
Yeah,
Like,
this is the guy he's
yeah.
looking like. I know
We'll
this.
have
I
him
know
run a
this play.
shallow dig. Let's see what's up.
He has to make it, and like I
Yeah.
don't even think we should talk about it after this week because I think he's making it. Honestly, I think you said like he most likely wasn't going to play this third preseason game anyways, the final one against the Giants. But I think you just sit him down. Put in people like Javon Baker, put in Jalen Polk if he's gonna play. I don't even know if he'll be around for it. But yeah, put people like that in. Maybe if Kendrick Bourne comes back, put him in the
Yeah.
game. But yeah, like get them in. Efton Chisholm's in. Like he just strikes me as that guy where if he can build that wavelength with Drake Maye, that'd be awesome. He's playing more so with Josh Dobbs, which I mean, that doesn't really do anything for me thinking about how he's going to be during the season because you got to play with the starting team to kind of get there. But he has been taking starting reps at practice, which is awesome. But yeah, you need someone like that. And it looks like Kendrick Bourne is going to be somewhat on the bubble. And like I was just saying, he might not even be healthy. That gives a spot for Efton Chisholm. Get him in there. Like you said, McDaniels knows how to work with someone like this. Vrabel's the type of guy that's going to like this type of, undrafted, come in, work your way up. He's done everything the right way. Not that, other people have done it the wrong way, but he was
No, of course not.
undrafted. Exactly. He's come in, he's done his thing. So, yeah, I think Efton Chisholm has to make it. But yeah, it's just, it's crazy seeing him make all these plays, man.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
even
crazy.
that touchdown in the last game, you can hear me all right, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I know my picture froze, but on that touchdown in the last game, he broke fucking tackles to get into the end zone. Like this, it's that
Ridiculous.
Edelman like hustle. I will do anything to get in the end zone. And for anyone, any football player, first team or third team, breaking 5 tackles on the way to the end zone and making
hmm
it look supernatural. Like, dude, I'm all in. I agree with you. This doesn't have to be a point next week. We don't have to talk about Afton Chisholm again. Mark it down. He is making the roster. And if he doesn't, then this is a huge injustice and we know nothing about football, apparently.
I just don't see how he doesn't make it. So yeah, I
Mm,
think this was Efton Chisholm's put the stamp on his roster spot. He's in. Good for him. See you during the season. Rest up your knee. We're gonna need you week one. Like, great, he's here.
yeah.
Next, I think I figured we were gonna start with either Drake May or get to him next. But Drake May, kind of another inconsistent game. And after I bring up, I kind of want to ask you another question about Drake May, but it seems like he's throwing a little high to people. His accuracy issues are a little iffy to start the games. It's almost like he comes out so amped up because when you're missing high, it's normally like you either had like it's like the Brett Favre effect where you're just almost too excited to get in the game because he's not
Yeah.
planting wrong, he's not throwing off the wrong leg all the time or whatever. Like he's got his mechanics down. But yeah, it seems like it hasn't like 100% clicked for him yet. But during practice, he's still practicing well. And, Vrabel said he's fine with them. I'm not worried about Drake Maye, but like, I feel like it'd be nice if we just saw like a really good game, which we won't now because he's not going to play in the third game.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but yeah, coming out of this game though, like, what are your thoughts on Drake Maye? Because I'm seeing some people kind of be a little sour on him. I'm not there yet. But what are you feeling about Drake Maye right now?
I'm not entirely sure what to make of it, to be completely honest. Like, I think the blocking has been super hit or miss, and even when it's hit and it's he gets wide open protection. You're right. Sometimes he's still a little inaccurate. I don't exactly know what it is. I don't want to put a whole lot of stock in it, but unfortunately, like I guess the negative in me immediately goes to his draft profile where he said he struggles with accuracy issues. So I'm like, fucker. Like, but then
Shit.
again, we saw him in game time in however many games last year, and he looked perfectly fine with far lesser talent last year.
hmm
So I feel like you could put those to bed. But I don't know. I maybe it's just preseason. The stakes are super low. I don't want to say he's not taking it seriously, but like maybe he knows like it's just super experimental out there and he's going in there, maybe thinking more of, all right, let's get the rookie running back involved, or let's get, Kyle Williams the ball or something like that instead of actually going through his reads and finding the open man. I'm not sure what it is, and I'm not ready to say that there's any reason we should be worried about Drake May. But definitely, definitely is something to think about because it's been consistent the last two games. And we
hmm
saw it from Jacoby Brissett last preseason. And we were like, oh no, like this guy seems super inaccurate. Like what's going on here? And then we were all like, all right, it's the preseason, wait for the regular season. And then that came around and he was a little better, but he wasn't really
No.
throwing it with some spin on it. So I don't know. It's a weird one. Like I look at the Travion Henderson wheel route play that Henderson dropped,
hmm
and Bradbury just gets lit up over
Yeah.
the no by the
Yep.
nose tackle, like, and pressure comes right in his face.
hmm
And what do you think about that? Do you think that was a catchable ball, a good pass, or was that a bad Drake May pass?
I thought he dropped it right in the bucket. Like, I mean, if you want to say like maybe in a preseason game, why are you throwing that? But if that's a real game, it's like, no, like we got there's an opening here. I'm gonna throw it to you, like catch the ball. Like he threw it right in his breadbasket.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know. But the
Yes, I
defense
thought
gets
it was a
paid
good
too.
pass too. Yeah, 100%. I thought it was a good pass. And if you're going down for the ball like that on your knees, like you better get that fucking ball.
hmm
Um, like of course maybe the pass could have been better, but it was such a tight window. It's honestly hard for me to imagine it could have been
Yeah.
unless he really leads him toward the sideline. He has to make a toe
hmm
tap grab. But
But then,
yeah, I
like you
don't
said,
know.
Bradbury got blown up, so he wouldn't even have had
Yeah,
time to
he had
do that.
pressure in his face. Yeah, or
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't think of it. It's just kind of a reaction, like just throw the fucking ball. But like he had a couple passes over the middle in this game, which were fine. But he's
hmm
throwing it like 6 yards. Like it's not, it's not anything stellar. He did have that
hmm
nice pass that I thought was a dot to Mack Hollins on the sideline. He scrambles out right and just dots him up. And I think they said Hollins was out of bounds, if I remember correctly.
I think they called him out, but on the replay, like I'm pretty sure it looked like he was in.
Yeah, and
But
that looked like a fine pass to me. Like, yeah, it was high and outside for Hollins. He was wide open, but it's a fucking sideline catch. Like,
yeah,
and it looked like a damn catch to me. So I don't think that's a bad pass.
no, and the only thing about that play, which is funny you bring that one up. If you, I was watching Dan Orlovsky broke it down where on that same play, May had pretty good protection for the most part. When he's in the pocket, if he looks to the left, Kyle Williams beats his defender off the line. If he hits him, it's a touchdown, a long touchdown. Like he's probably 15 yards down the field about to throw his hand up because there's nobody
Yeah, I
near him.
see it now. He smokes him unless there's over the
Yeah.
top safety help. I don't know what
There,
coverage the
so
defense is
so
in.
I get it. It looked like there was man with the safety in the middle, and the safety
Oh, okay.
started to kind of turn towards Kyle Williams. So I don't know if that's why May kind of immediately looked away. But what
Yeah.
Orlovsky was saying was like you would have liked to see him kind of look the safety in the other direction, then throw
Yes.
to Kyle Williams.
Because
But
he was looking at Hollins most of the
the
way. Like
whole
call it a
way, yeah.
spade. When he rolls out, he has his entire. When you roll out to a certain side, you basically have committed to
Mhm.
that side of the field. So yeah, and also it's the preseason. Like I don't care if Drake May throws 5 picks, dude. Air that fucking thing
Yeah.
out. Because last year Drake May was airing it out. If you remember, versus the Commanders,
Mhm.
just bombing that thing deep.
Yep.
And he's like, you know what? It's the preseason. I'm probably not even going to start anyway. I'm just going to go out here and fucking sling it. And we all
Yep.
got excited. And now it seems like he's a little more conservative. So it's got to be something with him. I don't think it's a problem with like his
Mm.
accuracy or anything like that, but something with his mindset or how he's going into this preseason. Fucking, it could be Josh McDaniels, who's like, let's not get crazy here. Let's
Yeah.
keep it super generic. We're going to do 6 yard dump offs and we're gonna roll out. Just
And
hand the
just take
ball
what's
off.
there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? You know what Drake May reminds me of? He reminds me of someone who, like, when you're in practice or if you're like going over stuff or say like you're getting taught something and the teacher's like, "Hey, like what, like can you tell me what this is?" It's like I can't like describe the word and give you the definition, but like I know what it is. Like I know how to use it. I know how to do this. It's
Yeah.
almost like he's like kind of like how you said too, where he's thinking too much or he's trying to get certain people involved. But in the game when it's boom, 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 go, I think that's
Yeah.
when he's at his best. And that's not an excuse
100%.
because you still have to practice well. But it's just like, and he is for the most part practicing well. It's
Yeah.
just I feel like in the game scenarios, like you said, we've seen him air it out. Sure, accuracy issues are going to come up. I mean, the kid's 22 years old, so like he's still got some growing into his arm and everything like that. But yeah, I'm not worried. It's just annoying, I think, if anything.
Yeah.
Like I just want to see the Drake May that we're gonna see in the season, and we're not gonna see him again until week 1 now.
100%. Yeah. And Mike Vrabel knows it too, because I think he was quoted saying if they had done really well on their first drive of the last game, they wouldn't have got a second drive. But he's like, you didn't do well. Go out there and prove to me that you can
Yeah.
do well. And then they didn't again. And I bet at that point it's a business call for Mike Vrabel where he's like, all right, I'm not going to try and prove a point here and risk
Hmm.
getting somebody on my starting line hurt just because they're playing like shit. So it's a tough spot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think they're coaching him hard. Drake May has said that at every turn, basically, which I think is good. He clearly can take it. He said McDaniels is kind of getting into him, but then he also gets excited when good things happen. Vrabel, we know how Vrabel coaches. He's very hard, but he's a very forgiving coach. If you get with the program, which it seems like everybody is, but yeah. I just wish we had a better taste in our mouth going into week 1 in a few weeks, but it is what it is. Go into week 1 and have a good game, have a clean game. Nobody's going to think of this fucking preseason game 2 against the Vikings where you had an off game,
Yeah.
like no one's going to think of that.
No.
Speaking of, we did bring up someone else I wanted to bring up real quick, Mack Hollins. Do you think Mack Hollins is going to have a bigger role in the offense than we thought? Because I always thought going into it, he was going to be your almost like your coach on the field, your veteran guy. He's a big guy. I think we both like Mack Hollins. There's really no reason not to, even though it seems like Patriots fans have found a reason not to like him, which I don't get. But I'm starting to think that he might be a bigger part in the offense than we may have anticipated. And I know that probably makes some people worried because Matt Hollins isn't a number 1 receiver. He's not even a number 2. But like, if he can play a role in this McDaniels offense, I'm down for it. I'm pleasantly surprised by it. Like, do you think that he's going to have a bigger role in the offense?
Yeah, definitely. And I remember saying this not after we signed him, but like well into the
You've
off
said it a lot. You've
season.
said it a few
Yeah,
times,
where I
actually.
was just like, something tells me like this guy's gonna play and he's gonna play a lot more than we'd like, or probably a lot more than we're comfortable with, I guess, because we have so many young guys. And when they're young, you think they're gonna be a star. Like when we're all young, like we're all going to be actors and stuntmen and, CEOs. And then you grow up and you're like, I work at Amazon or I'm a fucking pencil pusher,
Yeah.
like shit like that. And you eventually realize like that's not the case. But when you're young, it's everything's in front of you. There's all this potential with Mack Hollins. Like we know what he is. And he had a career year with the Raiders and
Hmm.
he was pretty good last year in Buffalo too. Like call a spade a spade. He delivered for what they were paying him for.
Yep.
But I think Josh McDaniels loves him from his Raiders days when Mack Hollins really crushed it for him. And he sees him as super safe. Like this guy's going to catch the ball if he's open.
Hmm.
He's not going to make the Odell Beckham catch. He's not going to break 7 tackles on the way to the end zone. But fucking damn it, he'll get open and he'll catch the ball. And he will give you a solid, super solid 700 to 900 yards if you feed him on that back end. He could get to
Hmm.
900.
He's
But
6'4" too. He's a big
yeah,
guy.
he is, but he doesn't like as fans, we don't get excited about it though. Like there's
Hmm.
I I love the Eagles. Like he was drafted by the Eagles and nothing about him excited me. And he would get into a random couple of games and have like a 60-yard touchdown and I'd always be like, where the fuck is Nelson Aguilar? Or where the fuck is Torrey Smith? Or where is Alshon Jeffrey? Why is this guy
It's
catching the
Mack
ball?
Hollins.
Yeah, 100%. The Eagles put points on the board against an opponent in a game that we probably have to win. And I'm just like, can we get Alshon? Or can we? And it just always left
Mm-mm.
me wanting more.
Here's
So,
some more Mack
like,
Hollins.
yeah. So I don't know. He's underwhelming to the fans. I totally understand why they don't love him, but I bet he's going to be super solid. Like I bet at the end of this season there will be no discernible plays that he made, but we'll look at
Nope.
the stats and go, yeah, he, caught 5 passes for 80 yards in this game, caught
Hmm.
3 for 60 in this game. Like,
He'll end the year with like 600 something yards, and we'll be like, when did he get these? And we'll
yeah,
just be like, he just
100%.
did. Yeah, he's just a professional. So I'm cool with it. I don't think that it means the offense is falling or anything. Like if McDaniels can use him
No.
correctly, sure. Like I don't care who the player is, as long as like the guy McDaniels wants, he can utilize. Clearly, he can utilize Mack Hollins. Seems like him and
Yeah.
Drake May, or Drake May at least likes throwing to him. But see,
Yeah.
that even could have been just like an edict for that game, like you said. I think Mack
Yeah.
Hollins had what, 3 catches or something like that. What did
Yeah.
he
Three
have?
for 38.
Yeah, so like he was obviously being fed the ball. So whatever. Yeah, I
I
just
think
thought
it's
it was kind of
just people are
interesting.
underwhelmed because it takes away from the young guys too. It's like, all right, now we got Efton Chism,
Yes.
and like, can we please see what we got going
Hmm.
on with Baker and Polk? And instead, we have a older and Matt
Yeah,
Collins coming in here and taking reps
just
from guys that
boring.
like, yeah, like we just invested a second round pick in Jalen Polk. Can we please take Matt Collins off the fucking field and put this guy in so I can either hate him or love him? But I want to
Yep.
know how to feel about this guy.
Yep. Yeah. Another guy out there too, not a young guy, but Stephon Diggs scratched again from this game.
Yep.
To me, how I view this, like you see it with the Chiefs, you see it with, the Patriots teams of old where the veteran players never played in the preseason games.
Yep.
Especially if you had some that were nursing an injury, coming back from injury or whatever it is. That seems to be what's going on with Diggs because everybody you ask to a man says, yeah, he's on track. He's well ahead of schedule still. Like that's not just like the word track that we're being told. It's like this is what every single person has been saying the entire time. I see some people getting a little irritated. I think what it comes down to is we just want to see Stephon Diggs on the field in a game catching passes from Drake May, whether it's preseason or not. Like joint practices are one thing, great, but we want to see him on the field, padded up in a stadium, catching passes from Drake May. We haven't seen that. It's almost like the Drake May thing, where it's like, I don't think anyone deep down is actually worried right now. It's just like we just wanted to see some other stuff. But
Yes.
yeah, Diggs being scratched again. You feel any kind of way about it personally? I don't. Like I said, I think it's just
Yeah.
veteran, whatever.
Yeah, don't play him. I don't
Yeah.
care. Like his ceiling is he gets like a Mack Hollins stat, and we all get excited because Stefon Diggs finally has a catch in a Patriots uniform. And that's not worth all the risk that would go along with it. Because if he got Edelman in the preseason, I'd be beside myself angry. And our payout is a
Oh.
preseason highlight of Stefon Diggs making a 20-yard sideline catch. And everyone goes, oh, this season's going to be great. Like, just shut the fuck up and wait 2 weeks, and you can watch all the Stefon Diggs catches you want. I bet there's going to be a bunch of them. Shit, he'll probably have 10 in one game once. All right. Just hold on because we don't need it right now.
Yeah, he's a proven commodity. You don't need to see him
Yeah.
on the field. Yeah, this is like don't play Gronk in the preseason.
Yeah.
Like don't play, and I hate to bring him up, but like don't play Travis Kelce. Like what I don't know why I brought up two tight ends, but like
Yeah.
what these guys have.
100%.
Whatever.
We're Patriots fans. If you need to see what Stefon Diggs can do, look at the 4 fucking years he was on the Bills and smoked us.
Where he
There's your
killed us
Stefon
every
Diggs
game.
catches. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. Just figured it bared mentioning just because people were talking about it. No, just get ready for week one. I will say I will most likely put a bet down. Diggs is going to score a touchdown week one. I think he's going to have a really good game. I
We
think he's going to
should
want to
bet
come
that.
out
Are we keeping up with our Tuck Rule takes? We all agree on a bet for each week of the
each week.
season. We
Yep.
all ride. I
Yep.
think I like that as
I
week
like it.
one.
I like
Like
it.
we
In a
all
few weeks we'll
hammer his
find a good one.
Diggs tub.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that one. I think he does, man. I just think he's going to have a really good season. Whatever
Yeah.
those stats end up being, we'll discuss that. But I think overall, production wise, impact, he's going to have a good year. So
Yeah. And I can see
I'm
it in
not
week
worried.
one. McDaniels and Vrabels are like, let's check out the new Ferrari that we got here.
Yeah,
Hey, everyone, look
let's
at
take it out of the
this. Yeah,
garage. Let's go.
100%. Yeah. The sun is shining. It's perfect weather. Let's take the convertible out.
Yep. Um, I guess I was going to bring him up. I guess I'll just kind of a yes or no question. You brought up new Ferrari, Trevion Henderson. There's a groundswell for him to be the starting running back, especially with Stevenson kind of. He had his fumble injuries last year. He fumbled in the game in the first preseason game or in joint practice as well. Like people are kind of they're pushing for him to be number one, the number one starter there. I don't want that. I kind of want Ramondre Stevenson to start. I want Henderson to be the backup, at least to start the year. I don't think we both like Ramondre Stevenson. I think he has earned that number one spot still. I don't think you need to take him out. But just kind of quick for you because he didn't really play that much. Although Henderson, there was one, it was a 3rd down and 10. He got a draw. He got 10 yards in like 2 seconds. He's quick. He is quick.
On that touchdown too, he's shaking people off him like he can not truck stick,
Oh
but
my
he can break
God.
arm tackles.
He's slippery. He's very
Yeah,
slippery and he's quick, which is a
slippery.
danger. I might be talking myself into having him be
Yeah.
the fucking
Well,
starter game
I
one.
was gonna preference my part of this with you have a vested interest in Ramondre starting the
I
season
do
and
now.
playing
I
most
do.
of the season.
I
So
do.
you're a biased sample size. I don't know if we can exactly go off of what you're saying. I think it would be like, let's just call it what it is. I think it would be way more exciting if Henderson starts. Like just
Yeah.
completely taking all my feelings about all the players out of it. I think that would be awesome. I just don't think it's realistic. Like, I don't think that's how Josh McDaniels does it. And like, we have a large sample size to go off of what Josh McDaniels does. Even when he was head coach of the Raiders and had Josh Jacobs, he mixed in Zamir White or whatever their backup is.
Oh yeah, I
He had
forgot about
Brandon Bolden playing for him too.
him.
He does not run one guy into the ground. Never has, never will. I don't think
Good.
it's going to start this year. Yeah. So we're going to rock with Ramondre. I do think it would be fucking sweet though if we got Travion Henderson. I think the groundswell of fans flipping out. Probably Robert Kraft is up in his office trying to control his pacemaker every time he sees Travion Henderson catch the ball. I bet it's brutal. So I'm sure he's been telling McDaniels too, hey, you got to start this guy. So I'm sure there's a lot of external pressure for him to do so. I bet he's going to get more touches as the year goes on.
Hmm.
But then like the personal side of it comes in where I'm like, I really like Ramondre, and
Love
I
him.
don't want him to
Hmm.
get phased out and pushed out the back door. I don't want him to get the stereotypical running back treatment that all running backs have got recently. And I really like Antonio Gibson. I think he's done absolutely nothing to deserve losing his role either. Like I thought he was
Hmm.
pretty damn good last year for what we were working with. So I'm like, man, I get it. We got a nice new toy. I bet he's going to be awesome. But like, these people are human beings. God damn it! Like I still like him.
I think we're going to get a healthy dose of everybody. Like you said,
I hope so.
McDaniels he's not known for running backs into the ground. So yeah, and he knows what he has with Trevion Henderson. He has
Yeah,
like a home run hitter, and Stevenson is
yeah,
just a solid bruiser. He can still break it, here and there. But like, yeah, Henderson is the guy where like he's the one you don't want to run into the ground because you want to have
yes,
him for the next 3 or 4 years. Like you want him to play
100%.
through his entire rookie deal.
And also,
So.
like, I don't like the odds of Travion Henderson barreling through a goal line run as much as I like
No.
Ramondre. Like, I think
Hmm.
Ramondre can move side to side better and find a hole and then just throw his whole body weight
Yep.
forward for a yard or two. Way better than Travion Henderson can. And Antonio Gibson, that's like Ramondre's specialty. I
Yep.
was at the Patriots Jets home game last season, and Drake Maye gets hurt and Jacoby Brissett comes in, it becomes the Ramondre Stevenson show. And he just carried us to victory, except for that game-winning drive where Jacoby threw it down the field, which was incredible. But that whole game, it was Ramondre, and we got
Hmm.
down to the goal line. And I remember everyone in the stadium knew where that ball was going. It was going to Ramondre. And just like Le'Veon Bell used to do, he teeters along the line, waits for an opening, and bashed his way right
And
in,
goes.
gave us the lead, and we were psyched. Like, I'm not quick to forget about that.
No, no, and I think a lot of Patriots fans are because you want excitement, you want the new stuff. You see how good Henderson is. I mean, shit, the first play of preseason, he returned a 100-yard kick return for a
Yeah,
touchdown. Like, I get it, but like you guys got to remember, Stevenson, like you said, he's the guy on the goal line. He's good with leaning. He can just, like you said, he throws his body weight around well. He's in really good shape this year as well. I don't
yep,
think the fumbles are going to follow like they did
no,
last year. You had 7 last year. I don't think that's going to happen this year. But guess what, guys, Patriots fans, if it does happen, you'll get your wish.
100%.
You'll get Trevion Henderson.
And I bet the results will be spectacular. I
They'll be
bet there'll be
awesome.
fireworks. Yeah.
They'll be great. I think there's a lot of fun potential possibilities with this Patriots team. Henderson is, if not number one, he's 1B, maybe two. I don't know who else you put in front of him. But yeah, just interesting. Do you think he plays at all or a lot in this third preseason game?
No, I don't think. I don't
No,
think we
no need.
he might, but I don't think he has to. Like 4 for 20 isn't stellar, but it's certainly not bad either. Like I'd say it's
Hmm.
pretty good. Had the touchdown week, first preseason week. He shows off his receiving skills and his special team skills. He's covered all the fucking bases here. Like he's shown
Everything.
us he can do all of it, and now we're good. Like the one thing we didn't have from him last week was some rushing ability besides his one scamper for 18 yards. Now we got 4 for 20, and we're like, okay, he can run it in from 10 yards off the goal line. Cool, we're good. We've seen everything we need to see. I
Done.
think we're good. I think we're going to get a lot of Shane Watson, John
Yeah.
Giles.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be a big John Giles game. Big
Mm,
John Giles game. I can
yeah,
feel it.
yeah, apparently.
um, Yeah, no, get him out of there. Good. Yeah, I mean, he was always going to make the team, but now, yeah, he's earned himself a lot more reps, I think. So good, get him out. Last thing on the offense, a lot of people going into this game, we're expecting Jared Wilson to play the left side with Will Campbell. Jared Wilson at left guard, Will Campbell obviously at left tackle. Going into the game, Wilson did not start. Ben Brown started at left guard. Bradbury started at center. A lot of people went into a panic. People didn't know, was he getting demoted because of his play? What was going on? Come to find out, Wilson nursing a little injury. He's fine, but that's the reason he didn't start. He did end up playing, though, a little bit in the game. But Jared Wilson seems to be your left guard. That's where it looks like everything's going to go right now. So, kind of before we leave the offense, because I don't think there's going to be much to talk about coming out of this third preseason game. So, I kind of want to ask you how you feel about the offensive line right now moving forward. Looks like what it's going to be is Will Campbell, left tackle, obviously. Going from left to right, it's going to be Will Campbell, Jared Wilson, Garrett Bradbury, Mike Onwenu, and Morgan Moses. that's what we all expected. We didn't know if Wilson was
Yes.
going to win Bradbury, if Brown was going to take guard, whatever it happens to be. With that being your most likely week one starting lineup, just feelings on that. For me, I'm good with it. I think as long as everybody plays, I know Bradbury is the weak spot, but I'm hoping he can just be average or good. But I am overall fine with that offensive line. How do you feel about that offensive line?
I think you're absolutely right in looking at the weakest link on the chain. That's Bradbury. He hasn't
100%.
dominated the run game like everyone really, any Bradbury believer really hunkered their opinion on when the Patriots got
Bradbury
him.
believer.
Yeah, like those people exist out there, but
All 10 of us.
they were like, his pass pro isn't good, but he'll dominate the run game. And we haven't seen that. Like, frankly, we haven't seen that at all in this
Nah,
preseason. He
just
hasn't looked,
average, just good.
yeah, he hasn't looked atrocious. He hasn't dominated anything, like, truly nothing. So, like, I I don't love that he's starting, and I don't want to waste a game figuring it out that he's not the starter in week one if he gets blown up and Drake Maye's under pressure from the middle, a lot of it, or heaven forbid, gets sacked because of this
Hmm.
guy. Like taking that one game to figure it out would be annoying, but shit, maybe he ends up being okay, I guess. But I don't know. I would probably opt for Wilson to start because he played center with the second team. It was him and Strange was the left guard, and like Wilson
Hmm.
looked pretty good. Like he was rocking it. I thought he seemed fine. The
Wilson's a
snaps were
real
all
good
really
center.
good.
That's what he
Yeah,
played.
100%. So I don't know. Uh, Starting a rookie comes with its different set of problems. That's clearly the weak link, but other than that, I feel pretty damn good. I do think Mike Onwenu's like just above average, like he's okay. So I'm not super psyched
Ah.
about that. But I think Morgan Moses is going to hold it down just fine. I have absolutely no worries about Will Campbell. In fact, I have the opposite of worries. I have hope. I
Oh,
have,
I'm pumped, dude.
yeah, 100%. I am ready for retribution, for him to
Ah.
rapture all the people who talked about how that half an inch or whatever it is, arm length that just, completely screwed this guy. But I think he's going to be great. And for left guard, like I would imagine that will probably be a turnstile, not a turnstile, but like a revolving door throughout the season. I hope
Yeah.
it's Cole Strange. I hope Cole Strange locks it down. Still young, like he's super solid prospect, but they don't seem sold on him for whatever reason. And then we have a rookie who
Hmm.
can play guard as his backup. So I'm hoping he's probably my second biggest worry, and it's not even a huge worry. But if he goes out, then Wilson comes in and ends up getting guard snaps. But then if Bradbury sucks and Wilson's the guard, then it presents a whole new problem. But I like to think Strange will be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the team was higher on him. I don't think they are, which I mean, pardon the pun, but it's kind of strange. But we'll see. I was hearing, or not like I was hearing, like I got fucking ears to the ground in Foxborough.
Yeah,
They were
all the
saying
way
that
from Orlando.
Jared Wilson could slide over to center, and then Ben Brown could play left guard. I guess he played pretty well in the Vikings game. He's been playing decently at practice when they put him there. I mean, I guess I'd be open to it. I like I got nothing against Ben Brown. He was a lone, somewhat bright spot last year, just because he didn't completely suck. But I don't know. I know that a lot of Patriots fans are like, you came into the year, offensive line was your issue. You're going into the season, that's still your issue. They were never going to fix the entire offensive line in 1 year. All you could ask for was improvement, and they got improvement. Looks like they got a great left tackle. They got right tackle locked down for at least this season. Right guard, even though you're not high on him, Big Mike is just you put him out there. You don't really have to worry about him.
About this
It's
five?
it's really left guard and center. You got to kind of figure out, but I think one of those positions are fine depending on where Jared Wilson's going to play. So it's really just one spot on the line that you really have to worry about. We'll see what it happens to be week one. Who knows? It could be Caden Wallace at left guard and then Jared Wilson at center.
Yeah,
I've
he
been seeing
played some
that
left
too.
guard yesterday too, Caden
Yeah,
Wallace.
and
He's
people
number
were saying he
70.
looked good.
Yeah.
And then there's also our what was it, the seventh round pick, Marcus Bryant, or a sixth round pick, Marcus Bryant. I guess he's looked good at like right tackle as a swing tackle. So I mean, like that's another good depth piece. So I don't know. I'm not as worried as other people are. I'm kind of more so intrigued just to see how it's gonna play out, who's gonna play where. But you did mention it though, Will Campbell. I think we can put to rest all the worries about a pen cap length ruining his career. Like the guy can play. His technique is good. He's getting better and better each practice, each game. Like, of course, he has some misses, but that's fine. You're a rookie. No matter what position you play as a rookie, you're going to mess up. Quarterback, guard, tackle, safety, corner, whatever it is, you're gonna mess up. But no, Campbell looks great. I'm happy they nailed that pick. Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. I want to see what the actual starting line is. But even if they roll with what I mentioned before, I think we're both fine with it. I think Al would be fine with it too. So, um, I this is one you're not going to want to talk about. But we have to we got to call Kyle Duggar down to the floor. We have to call him down to the floor.
I don't want to talk about this, but I've been waiting for this.
I want to hear what you have to say. All I am going to say is that he played he played to the very last snap. In fact, he intercepted the final ball and then fumbled it.
Okay.
But yes, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They had him playing a little hybrid linebacker. They had him at safety. Before I throw it to you, I just want it to be known. I like Kyle Duggar, just like you. I want him on the team. Everybody's obsessed with trading people for no reason. Like people want to get rid of Stevenson, Duggar. Like, why not? Because then once someone goes down, you're going to bitch about no depth. But Kyle Duggar, he has clearly lost his starting role. But as probably the number one Kyle Duggar fan on Tuck Rule Takes, what are your thoughts on this entire situation? Because it's kind of baffling too, right?
It's super weird. I feel like you can make a movie about this in 10 years. The Curious Case of Kyle Duggar. Like, I don't exactly know what's going on here or why he's getting the disrespect from the coaching staff, which he's ever so clearly getting.
Disrespect.
Yeah, like, granted, when I watch the game, he's usually in the area, but he does look like he's not hustling. Like he looks a little lazy, and I don't know. I've never been fast enough to play defensive back. If I did, you would have never heard the fucking end of it because all I ever wanted to be in life was a corner, and I couldn't do it. They stuck me at outside linebacker, and that's fine. But so I don't know. Like I don't know if he's doing the right thing or not. I'm really not in tune with what safeties and corners should be doing unless you're Ed Reed, and then every decision's the good decision. So and then I definitely don't know what's a fucking good thing or not. So he always seems to be in the area. The coverage definitely doesn't look great. But to throw away, it's much like I have that emotional attachment with Gibson and Stevenson. Like to throw away what he's done. Last year wasn't great, don't get it twisted, but he was hurt, and no one was very good except for Jabril Peppers. He was the only one on the defense that actually did really well, and Christian Ellis, if we're splitting hairs. But like for the most part, no one did fucking well on the defense last year. And now he's playing full preseason games. And while he probably gave up a handful of yards in this game, he still got the game-winning interception. Did he fumble it immediately after? No, because he was down. They ruled him down. Was he actually down? I don't think so. But the referees ruled him down. And this is one of the few circumstances I'll side with the refs. The fucking guy was down. He intercepted the game-winning pass and he got down. Boom, ball game. So that's why it's the curious case of Kyle Duggar, because he plays the whole preseason game and then wins you a close preseason game, which means absolutely nothing. But you're looking for good play. And he was the direct reason why you won the fucking game. When they threw it into the end zone, there was 2 seconds left. That was the last play. And the guy was going to be open and making the catch. Kyle Duggar swoops in from the opposite side of the field where the guy was running the route and picks the fucking ball off. So he's good, and he's been a ball hawk, and he led our team in interceptions for 2 years in a row, and he got a ton of great defensive touchdowns. He was I'd argue, top 7 safety 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Pretty good. A lot of tackles. And then I don't understand what the fall off is here. It's the curious case of Kyle Duggar. I have no idea what they're seeing in practice every day that makes them not like him.
There's got to be something though, right? Because he's not practicing with the ones. He's
no.
playing with the twos. We saw the game. Like, do you think it's the like? Do you think that? And I mean, we made the joke about Jalen Mills and the what was it, the hamstring injury? But like, do you think that it's just like since the ankle injury, it's just is it like a mental thing maybe? Or like I don't want to put it on him because I don't know. Like you said, we're not seeing it, but like what is going on? Because he is noticeably like slower or not engaged or just not as good or he lost a step as the saying goes. But like I don't know.
I have no idea because like Al or you would send like the practice updates, and like a lot of the times that the Vikings were succeeding in coverage, it was Kyle Duggar in coverage, and I'm like, he
Hmm.
just doesn't look like he cares, which I'd never ever use that as an excuse. That's like saying the other team won because they wanted it more. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Like they everyone wants to win. Like
Hmm.
there's 17 fucking games. Everyone wants to win each game. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Like if it's baseball, you're like, you know, we're already won the
162
series.
games.
Yeah, 162 games. We're already up, 2-0 on the Orioles in this 3-game series. Yeah, we can
Hmm.
lose this last one. Who gives a shit? But not
Yeah.
in football. And like I don't think that's the case. So I don't know what it is. Like he doesn't look like he cares. But he even in this game, like he almost knocked out his own teammate. He kind of put a good thumping hit on a guy that was basically already on the ground. So he almost hit. I think it was Alex Austin, maybe it wasn't. But like he's out there trying to thump people, and then he gets the game-winning pick. And in last game, like I didn't notice him. Certainly
No.
didn't notice that he played the whole game like he did this one. But yeah, like I don't know why they'd want to move him to linebacker. He had 4 picks in his second year, 3 picks the year after that. Two of them went for touchdowns. The one that didn't go for a touchdown went for 60 yards, so he almost got a fucking touchdown. And then he had 2 picks 2 years ago, and then nothing last year. But the tackles are all pretty good. He's had a sack his last 3 years.
Hmm.
He had 109 tackles in 2023. He had 81 last year, which his third most in his career. Like maybe that's why they want to move him to linebacker, but I feel like it's just a tragic misuse of a strong safety that you kind of pull into the box anyway.
Yeah, like it's weird because he has the talent, like you said, like he can still
Yeah.
hit, but it's almost like, and I don't even know if I would blame him, but say you're coming back from an injury, from an ankle injury, and you're ready to, solidify your position. You just got a big 4-year contract. The owner said that you were a building block of the team. Like, let's go. I'm ready to go. And then you have this new coaching staff that comes in, and they either don't see the value, you don't fit the scheme, and then all of a sudden they're talking about you maybe playing like a hybrid linebacker. The human side of me goes, I can see why you might look a little dejected or maybe not. And again, I don't want to say he's not giving 100%, but it's just like you said, it's just noticeable how he's playing. So like
Yeah.
I could see that from the human side.
That is a great point that I didn't even think about. Like, he probably thought he was super safe going into this season, and then all of a sudden
Hmm.
they're like, we're gonna play this Craig Woodson guy ahead of you. And you're like, the dude who was like what was he, a 5th round pick?
Yeah, the rookie, like
Yeah.
what?
I'd be like fucking hell, you're playing this guy. And then they're like, we might move you to linebacker. And I, I led this team in picks. And, as a safety, like, why are
Mm-mm.
you doing this? Like, I would just be, so yeah, that could very well be a part of it where he's just like, maybe they don't see, he probably thinks he's working really hard and maybe they're just not seeing it. And maybe it's just like a huge miscommunication. Like, I honestly think that's an incredible point. It might just be lack of maybe communication or real perspective from both sides, I guess, for lack of a better term. But I totally see how this would be super frustrating for fucking
Yeah.
Kyle Duggar.
I think Woodson, by the way, was the 4th round pick. Braden
Mm,
Swinson was fifth. I've been thinking about Braden Swinson all
okay.
day, so I was just
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But still, like, yeah, you're getting beat out by a 4th round pick. Like,
Yeah.
like, it was going to be like, you and Peppers there doing your thing. And now
Yeah.
it's just not like, why is he not in there? And then Jalen Hawkins too, a guy who
Yeah.
like no one thought was going to leave, which like props to him for,
A
you know,
hundred
playing
percent.
well.
He's been super
Great.
solid for a while. Yeah.
But it's just,
But if I'm
like you
Kyle
said,
Duggar,
it's
I'm like, this
weird.
fucking guy? I'm like, really?
Yeah, like because he has the talent or he did going
Yeah.
into this year. So yeah, like you said, it is a very, very curious case right now. I'm interested to see if they move him, what they do. I do want to throw this out there to you as well, because I did just see it come across my board here. The Patriots have made a call into the Bengals for Trey Hendrickson.
Oh, really?
So they are kicking the tires. So this is where I guess the Bengals, they're asking for like a 2026 first round pick and then a young like a young defensive guy. I could see the Patriots giving up a second or third rounder, maybe throw Kyle Duggar in there. That's why I brought it up. I don't want to dive into the Hendricks thing because we've talked about it like 3 times or whatever. But like, could you see him getting traded then? Like, do you think that would be it? I don't want it. I would love to have him stay because he is still good, but I don't know where you go with him.
If I'm the Bengals, like I'm looking at him playing an entire second preseason game, and I'm
Hmm.
sure researchers at the Bengals organization, it's the Bengals, so maybe they're not, but you like to think they have researchers, and those people are looking into this going, they want to get rid of this guy. And why? So they're
Hmm.
probably fairly hesitant to take him too. Like, he probably doesn't have a ton of value at this point. You'd probably have to give him up and a pick when you might as well just give the fucking pick up and keep Duggar for whatever he's worth. Like, I don't know. I don't think he has much value in that circumstance. If they went and got Trey Henderson, that'd be awesome. But if I'm the
Yeah, I'd love it.
Bengals, I'd be like, what's the deal with this guy? Again, like the curious case, I don't know what to fucking make of this guy. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna trade for him. I'm not gonna give you Trey Henderson for him when I bet other teams would probably give you a player that would start for
Hmm.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, if Duggar was having a good year, then sure, by all means. But
Yeah,
then if he was having a good year, why would you trade him? So I don't,
100%.
I don't know.
And
It's
they
it's
just
a
signed
weird
him to an
thing.
extension too. Granted, it was the old regime, but like
Yeah.
still the same organization, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean, like
know.
Elliot Wolf was still here, so he saw something in him. Like,
Yeah,
I don't, which by the way, Elliot Wolf did say that, there is still a spot for him on the team, which of course he's going to say that. What else is he going to say? Like,
yeah,
no, we're just trying to phase him out so we can get rid of him. Like,
yeah.
he's
No,
not going to
fuck
say
that.
that. But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
Is there
weird.
anything that you've heard, like scoping Twitter on any of this, Jazz?
No, everyone is, it's just like, he's lost a step. Like even like all your like credible reporters, the ones that get like 2% of their rumors right, whatever it happens to be, check marks, not check marks, like just everyone is kind of like the overarching thought is that he just doesn't fit the Patriots scheme, their defensive scheme, which is fine, but if that was the case, like why I just feel like we would know that more. Like you wouldn't even try him at safety at all, or like you would just try to get rid of him sooner. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. It's very weird. I want him here, but if you can get rid of him for a Trey Hendrickson, I think you got to do it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a very strange situation, but yeah, I wanted to bring it up because I know that you are a Kyle Duggar fan number one, so I wanted to
Oh
see what you
yeah.
said.
Like
So
I want to get a jersey of him for this season, but I'm not going to get him if he's not going to be on the fucking team. Although it'd be a cool throwback at someday. But like I saw Jabril Peppers commented on his injury being like, because they asked him about the ankle injury, because I guess Pepper had an ankle injury like that when he was in
of course.
Cleveland. He goes, "That's my dog. He understands it's his process. He's coming back from the ankle injury, but he's going to do what he has to do. I'm not worried about Doug."
So I don't know. So
Yeah,
maybe it is just maybe like the ankle injury is just kind of like maybe it's easier to play linebacker with that injury because you're not doing so much
yeah,
cutting or
full
something. I don't know.
covering half of the field.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I think that'll be interesting to see how much he plays in this third preseason game because he's going to play in the game. So
Yeah,
I want to see, is he in there? Like, does he get out before Jalen Hawkins? Does Hawkins get out before him? Like, is Hawkins even playing? Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Where does Duggar play? Does he play, linebacker? Like, where is he on the field?
Yeah.
I don't know. It
And
would
if
suck
he's
to get
coming
rid of him.
off this ankle surgery that he had over the offseason, like you think the new coaching staff would be sympathetic to that. Like they're bringing in Stephon Diggs, and
Yeah,
they're
but not at
they're they're
all.
in no rush to bring Stephon Diggs back, even if Diggs says he's 100%. Vrabel and him had that spat where Vrabel's like, you can come back when we see fit. You come back. You're saying week one, it'll probably be week one, but still we have to do our due diligence. They're super patient with him and not super patient with Kyle Duggar. I don't understand why. Really, any other player that has a fucking injury on this team, which is a bunch of them. We missed
Yeah.
half of our team last year.
Yeah, so I don't it must be that scheme thing where he just doesn't fit what the Patriots are doing, which I don't know. I don't know how he doesn't. I feel like you could find a spot for him, but that seems to be the thought on it all. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, interesting storyline to watch next week. Um, as far as the rest, man, I got nothing else for the Patriots game or really anything else. Do you have anything you wanted to touch on? Anything else you wanted to talk about with the game or for
Yeah,
next
I
week or
did.
whatever?
Just one more highlight from the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Anfernee Jennings.
Dude, I forgot he was on the team.
Yeah, dude, not
Isn't
only
that
did I forget he was on
crazy?
the team, and then he went out there and balled. Like he gave like a Braden Swinson is not taking my job type performance. Like he went
Yep.
out there, three fucking sacks, and two of them basically on back-to-back plays. I was like, oh my God. Like just it was the ultimate like Dion Waiters just came in there, heat check, fired him up, and got off the fucking field.
Hmm. Yep. That was one of the names when I saw him in there. I was like, oh shit, I forgot because we talked about him going into the year. Going into really free agency and all that. Where it's like, all right, so we got Anthony Jennings. He's going to be a part of this. But then the Patriots did sign a few linebackers, which I mean, I had them signing a shit ton with my offseason plan. I didn't think they actually would get a bunch, but they did. And yeah, Vrabel was talking about. I think it was Vrabel who was talking about Jennings, and it was like, he's done the best with what we've given him. He's earned playing spots. I mean, he's earned reps. He's earned some playing time. So I don't know if I don't know why he has kind of fallen to the back burner, but
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
after
The
this last
new
performance, like three sacks in the game is still three sacks in the game. So now I think he absolutely nailed in his spot on the team too. He probably won't play next week just because they're like, all right, like we saw what you could do.
Yeah, we're good. And honestly, linebacker depth is never bad. How many teams do we
No.
see where a linebacker goes down and all of a sudden the team gets gashed with
Rotation,
passes
baby.
over
It's a
the middle?
pass rusher. Get somebody else in there.
Yeah, I think the only guy that's going to stay on the field at linebacker is Robert Spillane. I think
Yeah.
everybody else is going to get rotated in and out. Harold Landry, Gibbons as well. I keep forgetting that they got Gibbons from the
Yeah,
Titans too.
I don't even think he's going to stick around, but
I think he might just to be like the rotational piece. But yeah, Swinson, he'll be a part of it. I don't know if you want to put Keon White as a linebacker. He's more of an edge
no,
guy,
yeah,
but
he's a
who knows
defensive
what he'll
end.
do. But yeah, like they got some people out there. But yeah, I'm happy that Jennings popped up. I just got so used to thinking he was going to be on the team that I didn't even think about him. So when all of a sudden he was in the game in the third quarter, I was like, holy shit.
You're like, is this guy
So
fighting for a spot? But then he had a great, it was almost
he
a strip
showed up.
sack, but he beat the edge
Yeah.
and sacked the guy. And I'm like, sweet, cool. Anthony Jennings, like he's been
Yeah.
fine the last couple of years, and I'm more than willing to give him the benefit of the doubt in
Mhm.
what I hope is going to be a very competent entire team.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing too, just to kind of to round out the overall thoughts of everything there from last year to this year, regardless if you want to, talk about specific things like we did, whether it's Drake May, Will Campbell, how people are performing, the team itself looks more buttoned up. It's a
Yeah.
real team. It's a professional team. This is what I feel like the last 3 years going into the season, Liam, you and I have said, like, can we just get an average team? Just like
Yeah,
a competent team. And I think we
100%.
finally got it after three
Seems like
years.
it.
Like not that many penalties, which is a huge thing. Just like not even, I mean, you want to talk about Drake May's, high throws or whatever, fine, but like just no bad plays from Drake May, really.
Yep.
Like it just seemed like the offense, everybody was lining up correctly,
Yeah.
just good
We can
professionals.
run, we can pass, none of them
Yep.
at an exceptional level, but fuck, it seems like we're moving the ball consistently.
No, we are going to be a running team. You know what that means? The fucking flea flicker is going to be crazy this year.
They ran it in practice in one of the videos you guys sent. I know.
He
I was like,
missed it. He threw off his back
but that's a good
foot.
sign. That's a good sign. McDaniels has that in the bag. That is
I want to
play.
see the trick plays.
Oh,
the
dude,
trick plays.
Magic. Yeah, that'd be so good.
Yeah, I'm excited about them. I think that's what we've been missing. We've been missing a good team the last few years. But we've been missing some trick plays too. So, but yeah. Anything else you wanted to get to talk about at all? I got nothing. We'll see. If the Patriots sign Trey Hendrickson, we'll be back at some point, or if they trade for him, we'll talk about it. But otherwise, we'll be back next week. Al will be back next week, as far as we know.
It's turned into a throwback episode right here.
I know. This is what it was going to be anyways. And all of a sudden, Al was like, "Oh, we can go." Then he leaves. I think that was the whole point. This was like one of those like set up date things where it's like, "Oh, actually, I gotta go. Here, you two talk."
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
How's it going? Lastly, before we get out, Couch Guy Sports. Since we're talking about Al, go check them out. CouchGuySports.com. All your sporting needs, all your sporting things you want to read, watch, whatever. We're there. Also go to sportspider.com. That's spider with a Y. You can go there, check it out on the trail, on the, wherever you are. Take a look. NFL, Patriots, we're there. We're one of the top options. If we're not, just scroll down. Had to get that in there. Tried to get it out earlier, but forgot. Without leaving us, it threw everything off.
Seriously.
But yeah, so this was Tuck Rule Takes episode 194 for Liam, for me, Mike, and for Al, who is no longer with us, just for this episode. We will see you guys next week. Sweet feet.
Sweet feet.